And welcome to the Hopcast.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
I'm Brett Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
And Ken, summer's over.
It is.
But there's always room for Pilsners, right?
Hey, Pilsners are 365, right. Almost 24/7.
20%.
All day, every day is Pilsner time for me.
All right, nice. All right, I like that. So today we have a regular Pilsner, and then it's Daddy.
Yes.
The Imperial Pilsner.
Yeah. So both Midwest breweries, we have a Czech Pilsner from Atwater and an Imperial Pilsner from Lakefront. So Detroit and Milwaukee.
Yeah. And this Imperial one, I have a case of it because it came in my tower of beer, so it's tough drinking a case of Imperial Pilsner. It's rough.
So you unload it on me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
All right. Okay. I know you need them. 3 a.m. comes around. It's Pilsner time for you.
Right. That's right. So yeah, I think we're probably in agreement that we're starting low and moving up.
Yeah.
So this is the Purple Gang Pilsner from Atwater Brewing.
What is the purple?
It is not purple. It's very, very golden, very bright, pale.
Yeah.
Almost yellow.
Very clear.
Crazy clear. Really, really light looking beer. I'm wondering if they're using any sort of other adjunct. I don't know if you can make an all malt beer that looks.
Oh, so it could be rice or something like that.
Could be, unless the alcohol is just super low on it.
I don't know. Did it say on there?
I don't see it.
What's that?
I don't know.
We'll have to check on that. But it can't be like it's not good. Maybe 5% on the high end here. All right.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, absolutely. But good looking beer. Good amount of hop character coming out of this beer. Mm-hmm. It smells really nice. It's clean.
That has what you'd expect from a Pilsner. It's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all, you're not really getting too much from, in the way of grain, but definitely get that lager yeast character and a nice noble hop. It smells good.
Give it a try.
Cheers.
Huh. All right. I guess not as exciting as I was hoping. It's kind of
very, very thin mouthfeel.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bitter too. There's a lot of hop bitterness up front.
But it's just like a bitter hop. It's not even like a delight, like it's not friendly. Like I don't know. There's nothing else to it. It's just bitter. It's just like there's nothing else there to like balance it out at all.
Yeah, I think this could be a good beer if they just tone down that bitterness a little bit. But that's really what kind of just takes over. So the beer a little bit out of balance in that respect.
Yeah, because it leaves your mouth really dry and almost you remember. There's a lot of time when your mouth's dry and you're like, oh, I need to drink more. You're like, nah, this made my mouth dry. I don't want any of that.
A little chalky,
Yeah. But do we know why they called it Purple Gang?
I'm thinking it's maybe like a historical Detroit reference or something, because it's definitely not purple.
All that purple fell out.
So yeah, I don't know the story. I'm not really up on my Detroit factoids or anything.
And then I had a few things from Atwater before, and they're usually pretty safe brewery. Like nothing that I really remember, but nothing that I was like, oh my god, don't drink that. So
I think they make a Bock that's pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't see their stuff very often, but so I haven't drank them in a long time.
No.
But yeah, I think more often than not they're putting out a pretty good beer.
So what do you usually look for in a Pilsner, like when you order one or like want one? Like what do you?
I like the marriage between hop and malt. I like there to be like a bready character, and then just kind of a wash over of a nice hop character. Okay. There's definitely other ones where, I mean, Prima Pils is one of my favorite beers, and that's just like crazy hoppy.
Yeah, I think we did that years ago.
Yeah, certainly not like a traditional Pilsner, but it's still a really, really good one.
Uh-huh.
They've done a nice job with that beer and having it be hoppy, but still kind of palatable for a Pilsner. But
Wow.
yeah, I like that bready kind of maybe slightly biscuity character from the malt.
Okay. Yeah, didn't we do a blind Pilsner taste test one night?
I don't know.
I felt like Sean, our buddy Sean, had a bunch of Pilsners, and he was trying to decide a Pilsner to have on draft.
I think you're right.
And then
We did do that.
He tricked us and put 312 in there.
Did I get it right?
He's like, that wasn't. He's like, that's not a Pilsner.
Okay, good. Bastards trying to trick me.
Yeah. But yeah, so this Atwater, maybe not what we're looking for in a Pilsner, and maybe not what everyone else is looking for, but maybe needs a little tweaking, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not far off. It's just that bitterness is kind of throwing me. I mean, I think my palate's adjusting to it at this point, so I'm kind of, used to it. But yeah, I think a little too much on that hot bitterness. But
well, let's move on to this Imperial and see what they got.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna move on from this really dry Pilsner to probably this really sweet Pilsner.
Yeah, usually Imperial Pilsners tend to be, with that bump in alcohol, you're going to get a little extra sweetness.
Yeah.
I haven't had this one yet, so we'll see.
All right.
Lakefront from up in Milwaukee.
A much darker pour there.
Yeah, a little hazier.
Almost got like a pineapple juicy color to it.
Mm-hmm. Fluffy head. Definitely get more malt character on the nose in this one.
Malt, sweet, like almost tropical too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little fruity for a lager.
Mm-hmm.
But smells good.
Yeah, let's give it a try. We need a couple sips to let our mouth undry.
It's actually, not terribly sweet for an Imperial Pils. I mean, it definitely has some substantial body there.
Yeah.
But this is an 8% beer. It's got a good amount of bitterness too, but it has some more malt character to kind of stand up to that, which was lacking in the Atwater.
Yeah. And that sweetness too kind of
right
balances it out more.
Mm-hmm. This is from their My Turn series, and that series is where they kind of let each brewer kind of do whatever they want to.
Okay.
So, and then they name it after that person. So they must have a brewer on staff whose name is Pilo.
Pilo, what a weird name.
Pilo Pils.
I guess that's what he had to brew.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not gonna brew like the Bach from Pilo.
Pilo Bach doesn't have the same ring to it as Pilo Pils. But they've had some really good ones come out of that series, and I can't remember the name of it, but there was like a smoked Helles lager, I believe it was, that came out of that series. It was dynamite.
Probably Woody, right?
It was Woody. Yeah. Woody the brewer.
Woody the brewer doing the smoked beer. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of a cool little series they have up at Lakefront. I like this beer.
Yeah, this is nice. The last probably Lakefront beer I was drinking a lot of was that Fixed Gear.
Yeah, that's their red ale, and I think that tends to be a local favorite up in Milwaukee. The other one being, I think, the River West Stein style lager. Okay. Dark lager beer. It's also a really good one. They got a nice solid IPA up there too. More of a Midwest style IPA.
Yeah. And then their like tap room or brewery there is pretty neat. It's huge too. Like the amount of people that just like hang out there, because isn't it right by a college?
Fairly close. And yeah, it's a giant room with huge ceilings, and it's kind of like harkens back to German beer hall type of place. Mostly noted for their tours up there. They get kind of raucous, and they're a lot of fun. Different stops along the tour to fill up beers and that kind of stuff. So it's a very, very casual type of tour, very funny. It's a good time. Definitely a destination tour if you're up in Milwaukee. Check out the tour at Lakefront. It's a good one.
For sure, yeah. And so why why do like an Imperial Pilsner over a regular Pilsner? Like you don't see Imperial Pilsners very often.
No, I guess Pilo wanted to shove his weight around a little bit.
Spend some extra money.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the most expensive beer we can do. Yeah, it just seems like I guess usually you're making a Pilsner for like easy drinking sessionable beer, and once you do like an Imperial, it's like, well, we'd probably do an IPA and sell more. And
You could. I mean, I've had some Imperial Pilsners in the past that have been really great. Boulevard used to make one, I think.
okay.
Dogfish used to make one back in the day.
I think the only other one that I've seen around recently is the Five Rabbit Super Pills.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good beer, too. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a kind of a leap to bring in people who normally don't drink Pilsners and just entice them with, like, the higher alcohol content.
Okay.
If, you know, and
If
a lot
you're
of people drink
list.
for, you
Yeah.
know, the
Wait.
alcohol.
$6 10% beer or $6 4% beer?
Right.
Huh.
Because, you know, it still has that flavor that you would expect from a Pilsner, but just packs a little bit more punch.
Yeah.
So they did a nice job on the beer, executing it.
And I think as I'm drinking it more, that sweetness, my mouth has adjusted to it, and now it's like tasting a little drier, and I guess what you'd expect from a regular Pils.
Yeah, I think they did a nice job of keeping the sweetness level at bay, especially for, you know, kind of a naked style of beer, but bumped up to, you know, the 8% tier of alcohol. So, yeah, that's a good beer.
Well, cheers. Let's finish this off and open up that case and get to it.
All right, drink Pilsner.